Sure. It's moving. All righty. Let's get it going. Live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Jersey Boy Sports Talk, hosted by Byron Jones and Victor Arocho, brought to you by the Sportscast. Today is December 21st, 2023. Time is flying. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the Sportscast on all our channels, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, iTunes. Also, we have our podcast. This is I guess you could say this is a Jersey Boy Sports Talk TV on YouTube and on Facebook. We have a podcast, Jersey Boy Sports Talk, on Stitcher, on your iPhone, on podcast. Please download it, leave a comment, it help us out tremendously. Also, if you like our show, please smash the like button, share it. And this is for true sports fans and historians of sports. We talk all NFC East, Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, and the Commanders. And then we talk around the league. We have several guest hosts, from analysts to referees to authors to other hosts of the podcast. So please join our show every week, Thursdays at 8 p.m. All righty. We are streaming live right now on Facebook and YouTube. Mr. Byron Jones, how's it going out there in Philly land now that you're out of the owner's box with no internet?
The internet worked just fine. But anyway, everything is wonderful, great weather, get ready for Christmas, and that's it pretty much, just chilling.
Really? What's the degrees? What's the temperature?
Like 45.
And how is it in Maine, Mr. Alex Quirk?
Bad and so power but
you're breaking up now. Is it me or him, Byron?
Yeah, he's breaking up, yeah.
I think the cold is freezing his internet.
Probably.
He's in Maine. It's got to be cold in Maine.
No, they had a big flood up there too. A flooding problem.
Really? All
Yeah.
right. Well, we'll let out. Alex, go ahead. You want to get a shot?
I'm back now.
All right. What's the weather like in Maine?
Very cold. I mean, well, not like the coldest it gets, but it's in the 20s right now. It's a little windy. We had that really bad rain and wind storm the other day that knocked out hundreds of thousands without power for days. Yeah, no, there's still, at last I checked, there was still, I think, another 70,000 to this point. My grandparents being one of them. They're out in central Maine. So it's been a chaotic few days, but we're surviving. Getting back in the holiday spirit with the hat.
Hopefully everybody is good. I mean, I'll go out that way.
Yes, thankfully there was a lot of power, but thankfully I've not heard of any fatalities or injuries from the storm. So that's the good news.
Prayers for everybody. Hopefully they have a nice Christmas out there. All right, let's get started. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's go. Let's get started with our Giants that were doing well and they come up against the Saints. I mean, I don't get this team, right? They come up the Saints. They get beat pretty bad. We put up 6 points in the first half. We get shut out in the second half. Our total yards was 193 versus 296. So we had a 100-yard difference in yards. Our passing yards, 133 to 208. Rushing yards were terrible. Rushing yards hurt us. I don't know what happened there. But let me tell you something. The Saints had 20 first downs, right? They were 50% on third down efficiency. We were 2 of 16 on third down efficiency. Okay. Saints were 0 for 0 on fourth down efficiency. That means they never went for a fourth down. Okay. We were 3 of 5, no big deal there. But we ran 3 more plays than they did.
Break it up.
I'm breaking up. How about now?
Yeah.
Better? Okay.
You're back now.
We ran 3 more plays than they did, yet they had the ball for 7 minutes more than we did, which is, I just don't get it. We gave up 7 sacks. Okay.
Yeah, offensive line, man.
7 sacks. So to give DeVito some credit, I mean, I don't know how you're feeling, Byron. I'll go around with you and Alex. He did not throw an interception, right? He went and not that I'm just singing his praise or anything, because they're still just a bad team. But at the end of the
It-
day, he didn't lose the game. He went 20 of 34, and he did 177 yards, 0 TDs, and 0 interceptions.
He led rushing.
Okay, and then he led rushing, right?
Yeah.
He led
So
rushing as well.
he combined for 200 yards for a third string quarterback. So in my point, from my perspective, he didn't lose the game for us. I mean, he didn't win the game, he didn't lose the game for us. But giving up 7 sacks. And here we got Eric come on in here now. All right, Eric. Eric, welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk. How you doing? All right, well, he joins in. So, Byron, what did you think? Talk to me about the game. Talk to me about Tommy DeVito, Tommy Cutlets, and my assessment.
Let's stop the whole thing now. Tommy Cutlets, that was, it's cute, it's a cute story and everything, a Jersey kid, came home and everything. He was an undrafted free agent. It's a reason why he was an undrafted free agent. It has to be. He didn't play that well, he didn't play bad. He didn't play well. It was sort of eh. But my thing is, and we've been singing this for years, how is it that most of those sacks were on a defensive lineman stunt with the Giants? How is it that you're 14, 15 games in and you can't pick up a basic stunt? So is it the players or is it the coaching? It's one or the other. They're at 75 sacks too, just so you want to know for the year. He's had 25 in the 5 games that he's played. So the record is 104, which is held by the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll get to them later. But yeah, so they have an outside chance to get into 100 because I kind of figure when they play the Eagles, which is coming up, it's gonna be interesting. If they don't, twice. Yeah, twice.
Right.
And they've been giving up like 7 sacks a game. Come on, it could get ugly.
I'll respond to you on your Tommy DeVito. I don't like the way this thing is looking, but go ahead. Go ahead, Alex. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think the offensive line and multiple factors is what killed them. In addition to giving up all those sacks, it didn't help the run game. The fact that Saquon wasn't able to do very much. The fact that Tommy DeVito was the leading rusher for the entire team, which I know Daniel Jones at times used to do. But just DeVito didn't have his best game, but he wasn't necessarily, as you said, he didn't lose them the game. He just made a couple bad throws, but no interceptions. It was just bad offensive performance on, unfortunately, a bad team that just got hot for about, 3 weeks here?
Yeah. And the defense didn't do well either, though. It's not like the defense.
They were playing very soft. I don't know what Wink was thinking. Like, you think he was usually only sending 4 and then just sending everyone back. I didn't understand the philosophy this week.
Yeah, because they started doing a lot of zone. Yeah, but because they were man. They were doing man. All of a sudden he switches to zone, and now you got David Carr just sitting back there just picking them off. So it was weird, what he did during that game.
I just don't. Well, couple of things. One, I think the defense was getting better. The defense helped us in the wins that we won. The defense was helping us. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Look who we played, though. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Let's stop saying that because
take out the first Dallas game. I feel like the defense has never been the problem the entire year. At times, perhaps, but
no, the defense has been a problem. Defense is terrible. We gave up 77 points in the first 4, 5, 6 games, dude. I mean, and without scoring a touchdown in the first half, our defense was terrible. They started picking up. We even got rid of one defensive player.
And who? Not what they traded, but who's the other edge rusher? What's that guy's name again?
Thibodeau?
No. The other guy. The other one. That's my point. We don't even know who he is. Ojulari.
Ojulari, that's right.
What has he done nothing all year? He stinks.
They're not doing anything. So they've been terrible. So I don't understand whether they just changed everything against this game. I have no idea.
They started to buy.
And listen, I'm happy with what they won, right? I would have been okay if they lost this game. I was okay if they were losing the other games as long as they played competitive. I care that we play competitive football. We don't look terrible.
They didn't give up.
Okay. And we didn't give up. We didn't play like Byron was saying in the beginning. They looked like they had no energy. They had no hunger. They had no anything. Is that a first statement? Didn't you say that at the beginning of the year, Byron? Like they were going out there. They weren't living like they wanted to play. That's not what I want to see. I don't care if you lose, right? I mean, I care if you lose, but they're not a good team. So to be honest with you, I picked them to lose the games. Right, I did pick them to beat the Saints, and of course they lost. I should keep picking them to lose so that way they win, right? but so let's get back to Danny Danny. It's Tommy DeVito. Look, I know Byron, you don't hate talking about it, but look, man, for like you said, undrafted, right? He's 25 sacks, right? He's not playing back for an undrafted quarterback. He's not playing great, but you got to give him some props. He's playing okay, getting sacked 25 times. It's not like he's turning it over tons of times. He's running. He's trying to make things happen. He spread the ball out, right? He can only do what he can do. And look, you go, who do we play? Everybody that we picked that we were going to play, to be honest with you, I thought we were going to lose. So who really cares?
They were three lousy teams, man. I'm gonna call it what it is, man. They were three lousy teams.
Three lousy teams of which you predicted they would have lost. They were going to lose.
I picked them to lose every game the rest of the year. I'm on that roll now.
So for them to win, don't judge who they're playing. You can't pick. You know the game. You can't fault a team who they play against. You understand?
I know you're gonna play who.
You got to play who they put in front of you, man.
Right.
Okay. And for an undrafted free agent, give him credit. I still won't take him over Daniel Jones, but at least I think it's a good story. We need something over there. Anyhow, I just want to leave it at that. Eric, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I had to take y'all off of mute. I was listening to the whole conversation. I think the young man did as well as he could for the time that he's been in the games. And on top of that, at the end of the day, I mean, you're only going to get what you can get out of your coach. And in the second half of the season, I told you that's when the football was going to be played at its best. And you still may have an outside chance of making it to the playoffs because we're not playing too hot anyway.
Oh my God. Stop.
Okay. I mean, listen, it's my opinion.
We gotta believe.
You are a nicer guy to us than we are to our own team. Let me just tell you that. I just want you to stop, right? Because it's easy because your team's up there. You're gonna be in the playoffs. But nice. They stink, man. They're terrible. Just that's it. There's no confusion. They're terrible. Terrible.
Well, let me ask you this question.
I am happy with. I wouldn't mind keeping DeVito. I wouldn't mind keeping DeVito as a second string. I wouldn't mind keeping him. You know what I mean? They're not going to pay him a lot. Okay. He's doing okay. And I'm looking up. I'm trying to look up his second head. Alex, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just doing like the fingers crossed. Like, yes, I mean, not that I couldn't see him eventually developing into a serviceable quarterback, but I of all people hate the Daniel Jones contract getting brought up, but we are paying him a lot of money still. So until we can get around that, we have to live with him as our future, whether he's going to be there long term or not.
Who, Daniel Jones?
Yes.
All right. Here, look. The DeVito's got a 191.5 passer rating. He's got 8 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and he's sacked 25 times. Man, that's pretty good for an undrafted free agent, man, in the NFL. Hey, what's up? To the Jersey Boys Sports Talk. That's right, Jersey Boys.
I'm letting them listen to you guys. He calmed down once he heard your voice.
But good. So now you know it's a real PG show, just for the record. so tell Mrs. Winters that we got little Winters around. It's a PG show.
Hey. We still dropping them around here. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. So, but you gotta. Okay, is that a fair statement, guys? Just to 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 91, almost 92 passer rating, undrafted free agent, 25 sacks. With 25 sacks, you would think a guy under that kind of pressure would have a lot worse stats.
Yes. I would agree.
Eric? Yes?
You don't want to hear this on your show.
That's all right. Well, that means he's saying yes to Victor. Byron, come on. Don't go against me just to go against me. Give him a little love. He's from Bosco. He's a Jersey guy.
I can't do it.
Why?
You know why? Did you hear the story? Well, you didn't hear the story about what his agent did up here too, did you?
The hurt his agent is gone.
Yeah, you know why, right?
Why? But I'm hearing everything that his agent's gone. Why?
Well, his agent is gone because they had some kind of deal with a pizza place, a pizzeria up here.
Oh yeah, and
so
then he tried to double it.
Yeah, he did double to 20,000 from 10 to 20. So then he got rid of him, and now he's with a new agency now. So he went to that pizza place. He went to that pizza place for free yesterday.
Good, and signed like 100. I read that part.
See, I was I hadn't read into the full story, but I had heard about the doubling up, and that was causing a whole situation.
He must have been like just some guy that said, "Hey, let me be your agent." Was he the guy that was dressed all funny on the field? Was that actually his agent?
Yeah, Sean. Oh God, he was just on Part My Take the other day.
Oh my God, that Saturday Night Live must be killing that.
Oh, they gotta be killed, especially when he came out there, the green outfit, looked like a little leprechaun. That was even worse.
Well, because he got inducted into the Italian American Hall of Fame like the other night.
Who did?
Yeah, but why you going?
What?
Change his
agent.
Yeah, the agent.
The guy who came out in all black like a little gangster.
Yeah, him.
Oh my God. He should have been. That was terrible. I feel bad for DeVito because if anything that could have tarnished him, it could have been that. Like that was a bad image for Italian Americans, right? I mean, you shouldn't have done that. Number
John
one,
Stellato, that's his name.
And then to do that to a pizzeria, right, in Jersey. I mean,
they don't make that kind of money.
Exactly. They don't make that kind of money, and you shouldn't go back on a deal, right? If that was old school Italian, that guy would be buried somewhere.
Whoa, you can't say that.
I'm just saying, if that was old school,
some of that got to be on DeVito. I mean, the quarterback, right? Because he got to know who he's talking to.
No, but you don't. Sometimes agents do stuff without the player knowing yet. You know what I mean?
And then they come back to the
and
player.
Then they come back to the player to try to like it's like I represented you, Eric, and then all of a sudden I got you a deal, and then I really want you to keep me because things are going. And I even worked out a better deal for you. You see what I mean? Tommy DeVito and his family doesn't look like that type of family that would do that.
I think they're enjoying the moment, but they recognize they're not trying to let it get to their head either.
Exactly. The kid's staying at home. He's humble. He hasn't said anything. They say nothing but good things about him. I'm going to give a kid like that props, especially for a Jersey kid. I like to see a good family like that. And God bless him. You don't know how long he may be in that league. You understand? And to be making what do you make 40,000 a game, right? So let's say he plays, how many games are left by him? 4 or 5. Let's say he plays 10 games. That's 400,000. You think he has a multi-year contract, right? Byron probably just has a year.
I think it was like 3 years. He signed like 3 years, $2 million, whatever, over 3 years or whatever it is.
Okay. So think about it. You sign a contract for that, right? And let's say he's done after 3 years. He is smart. Hopefully, he's banking his money. He's doing what he has to, because then he's got to get a job, and he's got to realize that he's not going to get a job. It's going to pay him that kind of money at 26 years old.
And he trademarked his name, Tommy Cutlets, and the passing Paisano. I think is the 2 names that he trademarked there.
Okay,
I love this man so much.
Yeah, no, and then they have but the bottom line is that has to sell, right? At the end of the day, and it only sells when he plays, in my opinion. It's not like Tommy Cutlets ain't going to be a big, that's funny. It's good to call him that. It's good while he's playing, but if his career ends after 3 years, he could trademark that all he wants. But personally, in my experience of business, what are you going to get out, right? Unless
you'd be a legend locally, but. Not even Jersey local,
and you're not even, and it's not Bronx local.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because there's no town in Jersey. What's the biggest town in Jersey? Probably Newark.
Newark, yeah.
Right. So Newark is not even compared to any of the 5 boroughs. Why do I say that? Because you could have a rapper out of the boroughs, and they can make millions just from the city. Because there's so many people there. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? Some of those guys, think about it, even NWA said it. They were just thinking for the neighborhood. If they were making their money in that, and they blew up. But I'm just saying, you could be a star in New York and make good enough money there. But being a star in a small area of Jersey is hard. It's hard.
Oh, and he's going to be selling Tommy cutlets too. He got some company's going to start making the breaded cutlets for him too.
Yeah, they're all doing that. But in my opinion, and let's move on after this, right? Because this is enough. They're all doing that. It's a gamble. It's business. They're gambling that he may be the next Brock Purdy, right? And if you, what's that? No, what?
Just no.
No, what? Don't do that, Byron.
You know what you said, Brock Purdy, and I was like, no.
Okay, but don't say no because
listen,
you're confusing. Okay,
right?
stick to the debate, right?
What is the debate?
Debate is this, okay? I'll agree with you that maybe he will not be at Brock Purdy. If you're saying no to being Brock Purdy, okay. That's not what my point is.
That's what I'm saying.
So then I wanted to clear that up. What I'm saying to you from a business perspective, all they're doing is gambling. That's what risk is. They're gambling. That probably it's not getting a lot up front. I guarantee you that. They're just giving a percentage, and if it doesn't pan out, they don't lose anything. That's why they're giving him those deals. That's why they're doing that stuff to him. So he's got the opportunity, and let's pray to God that he makes the best out of it. What I'm saying to you is business is just purely on opportunity, right? Look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's mom making that deal was one of the best deals possible, right? The royalty over the Nikes. That makes him $400 million while him waking up. But do you agree? If that bombed, that percentage of royalty wouldn't have made any.
Nope.
Is that a fair statement?
Wouldn't have made anything.
It wouldn't have made anything, right? But because of the greatness
I'm
of
glad
Jordan,
she had the foresight to see it the way that you're explaining it, though.
that she did. That's right. So my point being is that was a risk, right, on her part, and it was a risk on Nike's part, right? She and her son delivered on their part, made Nike billions in comparison to what Jordan made, but it still made Jordan a billionaire. Mm-hmm. Jordan doesn't have to wake up, Eric, and he makes $400 million just on that deal.
Tell his kids that. His kids is hard-headed, man. They act like he not Jordan, like he not that guy.
Well, that's okay. Look at Shaq. Shaq don't mess around with his kids. Anyhow, let's move on. Let's move on to that. Hey, it is what it is. We'll see what happened. Hopefully, any updates on Danny Jones' neck injury?
Knee, man. Knee.
I thought he had a knee. Yeah.
No, I thought he still had injuries with his neck.
No, his neck is the knee is the most important. The ACL. He's had the surgery, so we'll see. We'll see him next year sometime.
Okay, and then I want to respond, and then I'd like to get everybody's opinion on this. I truly believe that at this point, it has to be coaching as it relates to that offensive line.
What?
I that's the deal. You asked time out. You posed the question earlier though, Byron. You said how many times can you not cover the blitz, cover the schematic that you were talking about, right? Didn't you state that?
Yes.
And you said, was it the players or is it coach?
Might be a combination of both.
Okay, it's always a combination.
Well, I know what that looked like.
I know it's always a combination of both, right? But it's been a long time that they can't take care of this business.
What can you say?
It's been an option. Not that like necessarily Dable or I don't know the current OC aren't at fault for figuring it out, but at the end of the day, don't you work with what you're given?
Ooh,
yes.
So you say it's the GM?
Yeah, I like Shim, but
well, keep going a little bit further.
Responsible for a portion of the guys who are currently
a little bit more.
I think the ownership got a problem with it too.
No. It's the scouting department. The scouts are the ones that actually go out and see these guys. And usually what happens if they target a guy, they'll have the offensive line coach come to whatever school it is and work this guy out. So are they doing that? Did they go to Alabama and work out Evan Neal? Who knows? That you can see that he can't play tackle. He can't play. He's not a tackle. He is not a tackle.
In defense
So
to the scouts, I think the scouts will do what they can do, the best that they can do. They also get paid the least amount of money.
Yeah, but it also doesn't help with like the New York Giants have a lot of family members that are part of that scouting department. Allegedly
Then,
it was
then it
supposed.
goes back to ownership.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So you're going to put your kid in something that he's really not qualified to do because
It's the family business.
it's my dad is the owner of the team. And supposedly that when Shane came in that they were supposed to get rid of all this stuff. And the last couple of years, it don't look like they did. That it's still the same problem with not identifying these linemen and coaching them out.
Well, I'm not sure if I fully 100% agree with that because if you go around the sport, look how many great coaches are products of their parents, of their fathers, because they grew up around it. So it's either they're just bad scouts, regardless whether they're family members or not. That's how I look at it, right? Because if you grow up around it, you hear around it, you're talking about it, and you're doing it, right? You should know what you're doing, and you're getting paid for it, and you better produce. And if you're not producing, then you got to go, family or not family, right?
They're not going to fire family members. That's not the Giant way. If it's a family member, they'll just move them to another spot, but they're not going to fire family. That's just they do.
Time out. They could fire family because they're going to pay them one way or the other, right? They just pay them out of somewhere else. Just move them into a position that doesn't hurt the team. Yeah, make them chief operation officer of nothing to do. Okay, and pay him because you're worth $1 billion. Because you're worth $1 billion, right? Yeah. Make him a VP like in a bank because there's 8 million of them, right? You're a VP of nothing important, right? Pay him. I don't give a crap whether you pay him or not because it doesn't affect your salary cap. It just affects your bottom line. But I think it's coaching. I do think it has something to do with scouting, but I think it's coaching. And again, I'm just, I'm concerned. Well, I don't want to get the feel.
All right.
I just wanted to answer. I just was answering your earlier question. You asked, what is the problem?
I'm going to throw this at you.
Yeah,
Pat Flaherty was the offensive line coach during the Super Bowl run. You know where he's at right now?
Where?
He's sitting at Rutgers University right now, the offensive line coach and recruiting coordinator, whatever he is there. He's been there for a few years. So why don't they go back and get that guy?
Well, how's Rutgers
bring him
doing?
back to New York? They're going to a bowl, 6-6, going to a bowl game. They're doing fine. I'm just saying. But he was.
Did you say 6? Did you say 6-6?
Yeah, something like that. Whatever.
Just that Big Ten.
Don't start bigger.
So 10-1 deserve a bowl game, but 6-6 does.
That was 40 years ago, man. Let it go, man. Let it go. Let it go.
By the way, that was University of Tulsa. University of Tulsa.
Hey guys.
Whoa.
Welcome, Mr. John Rodenberg. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk.
Hey guys, I only came on just real quick for a message. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you guys. I'm dealing, as you can tell, my dulcet tones are not that great tonight. I sound like Lou Rawls. So just want to say Merry Christmas to you and yours. Love you guys. Love being part of the show. New Year, I will try to be on more often, but end of year, you know how it gets, guys. But so just want to say to you all Merry Christmas, Alex, Eric. Yeah, Uncle Eric, as always. So not you, Eric, but my Uncle Eric. It's a long story.
Merry Christmas to y'all too, then.
Yeah.
Well, he was saying he did say.
I'm messing with you. I know about your uncle, bro.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Hey, your Broncos let me down this week, man.
I picked Detroit, so they didn't let me down. Although I will say Sean Payton's little antics with Russell Wilson, not a good look. Not a good look at all. So, but once again, he's old school, so we'll see if Russ responds. Not putting a lot into it, though. Hey. All right, guys.
So, man. All righty.
My man, little Eric.
Take care, everybody.
Little Eric, say Jersey Boy Sports Talk.
He'll never say that.
Say Jersey Boy Sports Talk.
Nope.
Come here.
He has a feed.
All right.
Jersey Boys.
That's what we're talking about. All right, John. God bless.
Take care, guys.
Love you, bro.
Love you too. Bye.
There you go.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, she gets to the baby. Go ahead.
So, all right, let's move on from them. I just, anyhow, I don't know. I don't know
Pat
what to say.
Flaherty. Pat Flaherty. They need to get him for Rutgers.
All right, I'll let you talk. Let me get my drink because I left it on the other side. Keep going, Byron. What about Pat
But
Flaherty?
anyway,
Why would you take a guy that his team's not that good anyways? If he's
he
not
was.
doing well, how's their
He's
offensive
a,
line doing?
they're fine in the Big Ten, but I'm just saying, dude, he was the offensive line coach when they won the Super Bowl. This guy. So, he does have the pedigree, and they should bring him back home. Bring him back home. Bring him home. He can't be no worse than what they have.
Well,
Exactly.
well, at this point, you can't do any worse than you're doing now, right? So, I mean, why you're going to bring a guy back from college? That's not doing from a 6-6 Rutgers team.
Because he's a professional line coach. He's a professional line coach, man. Look him up, man. You look him up.
I will take anything, Byron. I cannot handle breaking the record for sacks.
Oh, it's coming.
And the sad part is it'll be two teams in the NFC East.
Yeah. All
right,
move it off.
Let's move on. Let's move on because I'm going to get disgusted with this thing. All right,
How
hold on
about
a second.
Eagles?
Yeah, we're going to get to that bad boy. So let's go. Let me get to some of the stats. All right. Byron, why don't you set the stage up on this one?
Well, I kind of sort of should have picked Seattle, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. Jalen Hurts, got up, off the bed, and got on the extra plane to fly there, separate plane because he was sick during the week. So maybe that played a factor because, he didn't play that well. Then you have I'm going to start with my man, Eric. I'm getting ready to start. Then you got turmoil with A.J. Brown wanting the ball because he was not wide open when he threw that interception, and Devontae Smith was standing there all by himself, and he could have kept running and hit his head on the goalpost. He was so open. But they have little discord or whatever going now. They got Darius Slayer's out, one of the the defensive back, big play Slayer's out. James Bradbury has given up 9 touchdowns this year.
They're roasting him.
Yeah, they're rusting the other corner. So they're kind of they're a little reeling. And guess who's the new defensive coordinator is Matt Patricia. Name sound familiar? New England
The
Patriots.
genius from New England.
Yeah, there you go. So now he's the DC now for the Philadelphia Eagles because they took the other guy, a minority, took and kicked him upstairs into the box. So there's a little discord going on in Philly land. What do you think, Mr. Eric?
I'm sorry.
Oh, Eric, I got a lot.
I'm back to
these
these messages. But listen, all the things that you mentioned, those things are happening. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I've had a conversation with Coach Byron earlier today, and I asked him. I said, all the top teams that was in the league fell some point during the season. There are no undefeated teams in the league. Is that correct? So the 49ers dropped 3, Dallas dropped 3, and then we turned around and dropped 3. Did we all look just as bad? Yeah, we did on our own rights. Now you crazy. When the 49ers dropped the 3, what was y'all saying about the 49ers? Oh, they not the same team. They not this. They not this.
I did.
Now you talking about?
I did.
I don't want to talk about Dallas.
Byron did. I did.
Without a doubt, I did.
I did not.
I don't even want to talk about Dallas because
I got a lot of stuff for you, Mr. Eric, today.
We already know it's December, and Dallas like to give away a lot of gifts.
And you said that you're supposed to be playing your best ball in December.
You're supposed to be, but we played our best ball to get out front. Did we lay some eggs? Yes, we did. I'm not here to say that it didn't happen, but at the end of the day, Coach Byron did. He had some great points. Maybe we do need to stray away from AJ. Maybe we do need to go back to some of the old things.
Wait a second. Didn't I say that at the beginning of the year?
Yeah. Maybe we do
need to tell
do
me, why should I stop? Why should I stop throwing it to him? That's what you told me and Byron.
Listen, the sun shines on the dog's ass at least twice a day. I'm just going to tell you that. So, I'm just saying, you can be right at least one time. All I'm saying is, listen, we going through something right now. Support us, because remember, the same way that we came down, we can go right back up very easy. It's starting with your team. You know, we can use y'all as a stepping stone.
Some good get
I
right
don't want to
here.
say it like that. I didn't want to get Philly like that on y'all, but I mean,
stepping stone. You use this as stepping
stepping
pebbles,
stool.
like pebbles, like pebbles. We're not even a stone, bro. We're like sand.
Hey man, listen. I'm glad that we're coming into this week. And another thing that I was going to ask you guys was the fact that the schedule that was given to us and the schedule that we played, because you can only play the hand that's given to you, like you guys said. Did you assume that we was going to run? Well, I felt like we were because I'm a fan, but I didn't think we was going to run through it flawlessly.
I picked you winning. I picked you winning out.
You did. I did too. Like a fool.
I picked you against. I picked you against Dallas. No,
three and three is not bad for the schedule that we played for the 6 games. That 6 game stretch.
We'll talk about that.
That wasn't bad.
That's a true homer. He's being a homer.
I'm just being real. Line up any other NFL team with that schedule.
All right, hold on a second. Get Alex.
Isn't that what the show is? Jersey Boy Sports Talk. Are we not homers here?
No. Byron and I are truly not homers, and I don't believe you have been so far. But you've been on enough for me to tell. But Byron and I have picked against our teams
repeatedly.
We have blatantly said that they're 1972 terrible. The one who's been the bigger fan this year of the Giants has been Eric. That's not a homer. A homer picks your team every time. A homer gives excuses on why. I thought we were going to lose the games we won. I was just picking out the bright spots of the pieces. That's not a homer. I've been on shows that they're homers, and I don't mean no disrespect to them, meaning that they got a reason for what happened good, what happened bad, what happened. That to me is a homer, and no matter what, that's their team, right? For our show, other than Byron just loving to go whatever. If I say that color in Jersey Boys is yellow, Byron's going to tell me that's purple, no matter what. Outside of him going against that, and if I'm not on the show, he's going to say everything I would say anyways. Outside of that, besides Byron busting my chops on that, right? We're pretty much very objective about the Giants and our teams. Byron, would you at least agree with that?
Yes, we suck.
Okay, see what I mean? We're projective. Eric's given us way more things. From what I heard from you, you've been pretty astute and objective, right? Now I'm going to tell you. Now, Eric, please understand what I'm about to go into now, right? You're right.
My fellas went out the door 4 games ago.
Right? No, you're used to us now, right? So what I'm saying to you is that when we first started, you loved coming on our show because you were picking up a lot of pieces in football that you said, wow, these are pretty good. You liked what me and Byron were bringing to the table that you felt you were picking up. Is that a fair statement? So that for our audience, right? Yes. Number one. Number two.
The old guys knew what they were talking about.
And then you always got to throw in the old guys. Eric, Alex, please call him old. Alex, please call him old because I know you're a lot younger than him.
All right, you're old.
There you go. I can someone else call you old.
Objectively, of course.
Objectively old. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you is sometimes it's about being right or wrong, but sometimes it's about me. It's about what Byron or myself predicting stuff that we said earlier that now is coming to fruition. Okay, and because me and Santiago, our producer, talked about it, I go, ooh, I got a lot to talk about Eric because on a show when it comes to Philly. Right. And at least you could hopefully you'll be able to say, you did bring these points up earlier. Right. Here's the first point that I brought up, and Byron brought it up as well, whether he denies the flex or whatever the heck he wants to say is our concern was throwing the ball way too much to AJ Brown in the beginning of the season. Right, because teams are going to pick that up the way the Bucs defended Tyreek Hill. Right, they're going to figure that out. We said you need to get Devontae Smith in at some point because he needs to get his feel. Is that a fair statement? We did mention that, right, Byron?
You mentioned that.
Okay, and they start stopping that. Right. The other thing was this, guys, you got to start running that ball. Right. Okay. We also mentioned that. We also said Devontae Smith when AJ Brown wasn't in. Devontae Smith. They were making him more as a slot. When they put him outside, he was killing those guys. deep.
Yeah,
Devontae
you're
Smith
right.
can fly. And we were saying,
am I gonna
we
keep
need to
saying
get
you
him
right?
in. I'm sorry.
I
You
said,
were
is this
happy
when
you were
that part, I'm
winning.
gonna keep saying you right.
No, you don't have to say you're right. I'm just bringing up the how we see the game. We've called this several years ago with Dallas when they weren't running and they were just throwing. This is the NFL. They're going to adjust. You understand? They're going to adjust. And now we're talking about you better get AJ Brown more targets. Now it's the opposite. You know what I mean? So that's where I say the other thing that we also made a comment to is the fact that my concern and is getting deep is that Philly's been winning ugly. They haven't like when are they going to play? They are way better than they're playing.
Okay.
They're still a good team. They got a lot of talent.
What's the ultimate goal? I mean, I don't want to be like this real catty, but what's the ultimate goal? To get to the playoffs, get a seeding, figure out where you fit.
Ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl. Ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl.
That's the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl.
That is the ultimate goal is to win the Super Bowl. That's number one.
Right. So
right? You can't win the Super Bowl. So I'm just saying all these pieces component up make me nervous of the Philadelphia Eagles.
I know we're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Chances going deep, right? Back to San Francisco, right? Maybe Byron said that they had their issues. So San Francisco, I didn't have concerns because I knew the talent that they had and the team that they have, and they got awesome D's. And once they got Chase Young, wow, it changes the name of that game. Once they get the rest of those players back, changes the nature of that game. But I will tell you, the teams that they needed to beat, they beat them down. They beat Philly down. They beat Cowboys down. The good teams they had to beat, they beat down. They didn't just win. They beat them down.
See, but the difference is they got their playmakers back. Like I think Debo was hurt. Like a lot, like
Debo was hurt. McCaffrey was hurt.
The McCaffrey. But then same thing with the Eagles. Dallas Gollard just came back. Their tight end. And, he works the middle of the field. And then, that frees up the stuff, on the outside, for A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. So they've been different because Dallas just came back.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Not to cut you off. Stop telling our game plan, please.
Yeah. But
we're going into the playoffs.
Yes, you're going to go to playoffs, but you want to win. I'd like to see if they're not playing good football, in my opinion, enough to go deep, right? I'm concerned with them, and I've said that all year. When are they going to peak? When are they going to play? When is they going to be full throttle? Man, that Jalen Hurts fumble crushed me against the Cowboys. Like when he went to switch hands, I couldn't believe that turnover. His turnovers are starting to go up high. I told you he was a little bit hurt. He's running more. I like Jalen Hurts. The other thing that I have a concern with them, and guys tell me, I'm going to stop. I want you guys to say, I'm concerned that, and I'll let you go last, Eric, because as the Philly fan is, what's brought into my mind in the last couple of weeks. Okay, their statistics on fourth down, they were 0 for 0 on fourth down efficiency, right? To my point, that brotherly shove, sometimes they can run 4 times. I don't get it. But my concern is that they kept talking about that they know they can get 4 plays every down because as long as they get to 4th and 1. I'm wondering if that hurt them, right? That they're now counting on, as long as we can get to 4th and 1. Well, if you don't get to 4th and 1 and 4th and 2, has that changed your offensive game plan? Byron?
We talked about this before. They're not running the ball the way they used to run the ball. With Jalen, like we said, he might be hurt or whatever, been hurt or whatever, but they're not running the ball the way they have. Jason Kelsey has been, he's had a couple mistakes, doing a couple, cost them some, a couple penalties in the games. He's not playing the way he normally does. He's playing well. He's still the best center in football, but he's having his issues. And, and Eric might know this. Why isn't that big back that they got from Seattle, Rashad Penny, that guy, 235-pound back, hasn't played at all the whole year. The whole year. And we
I don't know. Maybe we saving him for the playoff. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if he made some.
Eric, I'm sorry, I muted you. I'll unmute you. Hold on, I'm gonna let you go right a second. Let Alex go real quick. I'm gonna let you go. Unmute yourself though.
I think
Yeah,
it's a,
Byron, finish up, Byron.
oh, good.
It's just, I want, I'm going to talk about it with Eric, that why this big back is not their plan. That would take a lot of pressure off of,
Jalen.
Jalen. It would
The
help with the
line.
run, the line. It would help with the run, to help with the passing game. And for whatever reason, they're just not playing this guy. Why, I
Alex?
don't know.
I mean, I remember when the Giants beat the Eagles, like, I don't know, 2 years ago. How did they win? They shut down the run and they were forcing Jalen Hurts to do everything. And you're starting to see this in like games where Hurts is like flushing out a lot of times, trying to play hero ball instead of sitting in the pocket or maybe doing a check down sometimes. He's doing too much.
Right. I just I'm going to let Eric take over through the rest of this. My question though is, do you think there's any validity in what I'm saying? Is I'm concerned that they got so used to being able, because they were running the brotherly shove way more earlier than they are now, and I think that they ended up crutching them, right? And that's just an opinion.
Don't mind me nothing. Yeah, no, it's not an opinion. Most of the stuff that you spoke on was fact. There's no misconception. There's a lot of things that's going on on the outside looking in, but I'm on the inside. We're 10-3. We didn't expect to go undefeated. It's a lot of moving parts that's happening that we all spoke about in the off season, and it's starting to catch up with us. But when, like you said, when we hit that stride, or whenever that true game comes that everybody's looking for, it might just be in that first playoff game. It may not be in that first playoff. It might come against you guys. It might come in this 3-game stretch, but we don't have nowhere else to go but up from this point forward. Not unless we're just going to lie down and just say, you know what, we made the playoffs. It is what it is. Like, I highly doubt it's going to go that way because I don't know if you watched the last game or not, but Jalen don't got no giddy up. I mean, no hitch in his giddy up now. He running there. And we might just add Rashad Penny into that because the smaller backs outside of Swift, we tried every trick in the book that we know to get these dogs off the scent, right? We running the same plays that we ran from 2 years ago or whatever, however that's going. It don't look good. It's not pretty football. But what happens when we do start playing pretty football? Now do you give Jalen Hurts the respect that he should have earned in the first 10 games of the season? Do you give the offensive line the play that they deserve? Because Landon Dickerson just went on. I don't think he went on IR, but he had a surgery. Prior to that, it was Hassan Reddick in the first half of the season. Now we trying to figure out who's going to be in, who's going to be out. And don't get it twisted. I know Matt Patricia. I mean that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Matt Patricia. Like, I know everybody not too high on him because he came from New England and he didn't do well in Detroit. But that man knows some things. He knows some things and he knows some people and he know how to put some things together. That's the only reason why he's on that sideline. Not to say that Desai wasn't ready for that. I'm just saying Desai, some guys can see the game up close and some guys need a step back. A different eyesight from Desai is helping. Everybody's helping here. No, he didn't get fired. He just got sent up top. Sometimes that happens.
But it's a bad look during a team that's winning games, way even winning, and it's not all his fault what he's doing. It's just they're not performing at the level that they did last year when they
the
had
only good thing is,
sacks.
and I do want to mention this, even though AJ is AJ, and we knew that him coming into the door, we're not playing a blame game. Well, it's his fault. It's his fault. Nobody's saying that.
No.
So that's what I like about our team is the fact that could have permeated in the locker room and then got out into the world that the blame game this and the blame game is that, because we've seen that with other teams. So long as we stay in a foxhole together and we lock down, I'm with the squad. Just like I like you guys. I mean, that's the only reason why I like the Giants is because nobody's so far stepped outside of the circle and said, yo, it's this coach's fault, or I can't stand this defensive coach for this
except
reason.
for Byron and I.
We're not
Now you got the guy in Pittsburgh. You got the guy in Pittsburgh say he's just not blocking because he ain't blocking because he don't want to get hurt. Like, what type of player is that? That rags his coach like that.
Jalen called out his team this week though.
Well, he's the quarterback. He's supposed to be able to do that.
All right, I'm okay
At the end
with
of the day,
There's nothing you
Accountability,
said
right?
that I don't agree. I don't agree. There's nothing that you said. Nobody's blaming anything. The only thing that I think that I've been consistent on our show every year, every week, is your penalties. I've told you before are hurting you. Now you didn't have 100 yards in penalties, but you had key penalties this weekend with Kelsey. That's not normal of Kelsey, and 2, put you in a really bad position, not even to get a field goal. Is that correct, Byron?
Everything you're saying is correct.
Okay, I was concerned about penalties, the discipline of the penalties. I'm just concerned about what I was telling you, Brown, but I don't think there's a blame game. I'm just, you're either you're gonna go up, stay the same, or you can go down, right? Those are the things that
we'll
can
find
happen.
out starting these last
I
three
think
games.
you have your next 3 games. You should win the conference. Do not give Dallas home field advantage, please. Do not. Okay.
Like that helps them anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go out there and relay that message to them, right?
Do not let you. But the Eagles know that though. The Eagles know they better not, because they're going to be in trouble if they give Dallas that. And that'll be a sad chain, right?
Dallas still gonna be Dallas.
No,
I was
but
gonna say,
Dallas
forget
is like
that.
7.
When I believe
They're
it was
7-0 at home, and they're like 3-4.
Yes.
They
No
haven't
way.
really felt any pressure though, right?
I'm
Alex,
just saying to you
has
that they're
Dallas felt any
7-0
pressure
at
this year?
home, 3-4 away. Why would you want to give them any home field advantage?
But I'm saying though, have they felt the only pressure they felt was the teams that was over 500,
Right.
and every single time they played against a team that was over 500, what happened?
Lost.
Nothing. They fell on their face. It's gonna be the same thing.
No,
I wouldn't want to give them
yeah.
home field, but I'm not concerned if they have home field. It's how
Thank you.
They're one and done, but I don't want to give it to them. I don't want them any pleasure. I don't want anything.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm with you.
I want
there.
them out. I want them
give
out.
you that.
I want them out.
Do you hear that, Mark Hurlick? Do you hear that?
Yeah,
Dallas,
where are you?
one and done.
Yeah.
Where are you, Mark?
One and done, exactly. Anyhow, my piece with the other thing about Philly that always bothers me is you seem like an organization, Eric. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, Byron. They don't like to adjust much. Like they stick to one plan, man. Defensively,
You said adjustments.
You don't like doing adjustments.
No, we adjust when we have to, but if you win 10 games straight doing the same thing until everybody figured,
You
okay,
didn't
now
adjust
we
in
got
the Super Bowl, and Byron says that was his.
You said they didn't make any adjustments in the Super Bowl?
No, they didn't make any defensive adjustments in the Super Bowl. And
that's different. That's because that's different. I thought you were talking about this year.
No. And
You're talking about this.
it just seems like Philly in general doesn't like making adjustments. I don't understand.
Rich Gannon was out the door in his mind already thinking about the Cardinals' head position.
Right. Yeah.
So they brought all that up.
You see how good he's doing there, right?
I haven't watched the Cardinals at all.
Yeah, that's a bad team.
They bad.
That's a bad team.
Thinking of that one, again, probably what he's given.
Yeah, but the play caller though, Steinken with the Colts, he's doing well. With the other,
that's after he got his number 1 pick rock. That's trying to be Jalen Hurts. Yeah, and you forgot that he got a backup that came from Philadelphia that starts for them.
Yeah,
so
they got to win. I think they're 7-4. All
right, guys, let's move on now. The Cowboys getting smoked by. Did I tell you Buffalo is one of those teams you do not know who is going to show up?
That's the quarterback. It's not the team. It's the quarterback.
It's the team. It's the team. That quarterback's one of the best players in the NFL. It's the team.
That's what I said.
I think the quarterback is I think he's a little bit of a gunslinger. He's picking the team up now, but I mean they're a scary team right now, Byron.
They ain't got no choice. They lost 6 games. They got every game that they play is a playoff game for them because
they went for what 250 in that game.
Yeah, I think more than that.
How many yards did Josh have?
They rushed. Their total yards was 351 yards, rushed for 266.
How many did the quarterback have?
Hold on.
And I think he only.
Allen had like 6'8".
Allen had 94. Cook had 174. That guy Cook is phenomenal.
And
he can catch.
And they kept just running the same plays, by the way. They didn't
Against
really
Dallas.
run.
Oh yeah,
They
Dallas
didn't
looked
run a
small.
lot. They must have ran 6 plays the entire game.
And,
Yeah, it worked.
Josh only threw the ball
Yeah,
7
you
times.
ain't lying. It
Oh
didn't
yeah,
work. Keep
Josh
running it.
only threw the ball 7 times. That's right.
That was
Yeah,
it.
he ran it down their throat.
He said to me, he said it was awesome. He goes, I feel like I'm on a class project and I didn't do anything and I got an A because I was part of the team.
There you go. Yep.
I like that. I like that.
I'm
love
just saying,
that.
but so Byron, but my question to you is the way they're playing now, they're a scary team. They got a chance to win the AFC.
Yeah, but they got to win out.
Who's their
They
last
can't-
3
they-
games?
Chargers, Patriots, and Dolphins. That's
Oh, yeah, they in.
Bills or
They in.
Cowboys?
They
You
in.
what you say?
Which team? Bills or Cowboys?
The Bills.
Yeah, Chargers, Patriots, and then they got the Dolphins in Week 18.
So they-
Ooh.
And
They
the
could beat
Cowboys
Fort
have
Hall.
who?
They got a couple get right games, or I guess
No,
two
but
games
you
get
can't
right.
mix up the Cowboys and the Bill. We're talking AFC. So the AFC East.
All right, so let's. Well, they getting in. We know they
AFC
getting
East,
in.
right? AFC East. The Miami Dolphins right now are number 1.
What's the record?
The Bills were.
Yeah, what is
really
the
bad. The
the,
Bills got a
Dolphins
chance
record?
to take the AFC East.
What are the Dolphins
No,
record
the-
right now?
They're like
I'm
the
gonna
10
tell
and
South,
4,
right?
I think.
I'll tell you right now, but 7 passes. That kid Cook is good. I was wondering every time they kept getting Cook, I'm like, did Dalvin Cook get traded?
No. That's the other guy.
You said Delvin? That's his brother, ain't
I think it is.
If
That's
it's
his little brother.
man. That's some
I'll say-
genes, boy.
Because I think James
All
also.
right, the Dolphins are 10-4, Byron.
So they got to drop the next 2 for it to be tied.
he? I don't see that
Well,
happening.
if the Bills,
Dallas.
well, yeah, but they got to play Dallas. Yeah, the Dolphins got a tough schedule.
Who do they play?
Dolphins got to play. They play Dallas. They play the Bills, and they play the Ravens.
Time out. Miami put up 30 on who?
Jets.
30 to nothing, right?
Yep.
And Cheetah didn't even play, correct?
Nope.
Right.
Correct. He chose.
Okay, so if the Jets, as good as a defensive team they are, because
Nah, they poor.
They've been poor. They've been playing bad.
well, it's because the offense can't move the ball. So
No, they've been playing bad
bad
just in
positions.
general. When you put
Really?
up points like that, yeah, they're playing bad.
I
Salah's
was
going to be
gonna say,
fired.
do you see Dallas stopping?
Wait a second, but let's stay focused here. The Dolphins have to play the Dallas Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Bills. Those are 3 tough teams.
Ooh.
The Bills play
Oh, we had
the
a tough
Patriots.
schedule. Everybody got
The
to get it
Bills,
like
the Bills play the Patriots, the Chargers, and the Dolphins. So do you agree that the Bills have 2 weaker games than the Dolphins?
yes.
Okay. You got it? So they got a chance. Alex?
I would agree. I think with the Bills, it's like the Eagles right now. They have a very good opportunity to kind of get those adjustments. The Dallas one was a shock to me, to be honest, but they
I
proved.
picked them.
And now they have 2 very advantageous games to get set up for Week 18 and what could be an AFC East Division championship, essentially.
I like that word, Alex. Advantageous. I like that. I like that. I'm still in
Wait a
that.
minute. Well,
Advantageous.
Where are
Get
they playing?
that down for
Where-
your son so he learns it right now, man.
Ah.
He learned it on the Jersey Boy Sports Talk
Where are they playing the last game though? The Bills
In Miami.
in Miami. Hey, listen to me, man. I'm telling you, Josh Allen's a great quarterback, dude. He's a good quarterback. I just don't trust the Bills. That's the only thing. But they're on a roll. They're playing like they were playing in the first half of last year. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So and then they went down and they did the same thing this year. But if that team from last year starts playing the same way these last several games, they're dangerous. Because they're dangerous. Bottom line, they lost it overtime to the Eagles, didn't they? Let's
Yeah,
see.
I think so.
Right? Okay. So I mean, look, man, that's a good team, right? They're a good team. So the Dolphins got some concern. They got some concerns they got to play. Their defense has been upside. Their defense is not as good as the Bills. By the way,
This is off subject. What's up with the Jaguars?
Oh, that's another thing. I'm getting killed every time I pick the Jaguars. They're losing. They're playing way. Byron, any thoughts? They're not playing.
Are
as
they
good
making
as
it
I
to the
thought they were.
playoffs?
Yeah, they'll make it. But Trevor's well, I think and I think is his ankle or concussion. I
knee.
know it's
his
concussion.
ankle, he got
Yeah,
rolled
he
up
was in
on it.
concussion protocol, so I don't know.
Well,
what
yeah,
that-
they're kind of shaky. So we'll see. If he plays, they should make it. If he doesn't, it's going to be a problem.
Okay, so here's back to here's what makes this interesting. Let's stay with so we went through the command. By the way, Sam Howell's out, right?
No,
I think
What?
for the
they
man?
lost
Yes,
Commanders. I think he got hurt.
That,
Yeah.
I think he just got benched. I don't think he got injured.
The whole team stinks. Why would you bench him?
Why, especially he's throwing up like 4,000 yards.
Got like 4,000 yards
I guess
passing.
Rivera doesn't care. He's on his way out. All right,
Yeah,
let's
he's on
move
way
on
out
from
the
there.
door.
Here's something that's interesting, guys, is that when I was on a couple of Dolphins shows, great guys, great shows. It was a WC fan and a Dolph fan show with Big Paul, Papa Paul, and my boy Big Philly. Questions that came up was Tyreek Hill, right, breaking his record, right? Now Tyreek's got some numbers he's got to put up. He's getting close, but he's got to put up some numbers, and he didn't play the last game.
How
right?
far is he off?
He needs like 100 and something plus yards. Yeah.
A game.
A game?
He's got only 3 games left. Yeah. So I'll tell you right now. Hold on a second.
It'll be what, 2,000 yards receiving?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's 1,500 right now.
So,
So he's
In
only
3
got 3
games?
games in 3 games. What's that, Byron? 100 and
400
80?
and something.
No. 3 goes into. You said he's got 1,500.
Yeah,
So
1,542.
3 goes into 55, 1 and 2's left over. There's 20. He needs like 170 plus yards a game. He may not break it.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen. So my question was to these guys is like, who would you want to break it against? You got 3 defensive teams you're coming against: Dallas, the Ravens, and the Bills. They got 3 tough games coming up. This is gonna really show how good the Dolphins are.
He's not getting 170 a game against none of them.
All 3 of those teams.
All 3 of them.
By
Not
the
a
way,
one.
all 3 of those teams are in the top 5 defensive.
Yeah. He's not getting 170 yards on those teams.
Not per game.
No.
Okay.
Ravens are, I think, the #1 ranked defense. They ain't getting
It goes the Ravens, the Bills, and the Dolphins, and the Cowboys. Not in 1, 2, and 3, but like I think the Ravens are first, the Bills are fourth, and the Cowboys are fifth, if I'm not mistaken.
He ain't getting 170. Nah, a game.
And not only that, you got to hope they got to win.
Did y'all talk about the Monday night game already?
No, not yet.
Whew.
So that's going to be interesting. AFC East. Okay, and then we're about to wrap this up. I'm kind of enjoying Kadarius Toney.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Mr. Bigfoot himself.
You wanted to come off Twitter, then the Giants get smoked. You want to come on Twitter or X and talk about the Giants, and now even the commentators are questioning: do you continue to play this guy? He is hurting your team.
Yeah.
He's one step from the unemployment line to keep it up.
Yeah.
Because
he's got to turn up his raps game.
Yeah, okay. He better. Well, yeah. I hope he saved his money because Patrick Mahomes was hot. He was hot. If you could read lips, I'm sure it was directed at my man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get off that one for real quick.
All right.
Your guy.
Wait. Let Alex say something about Kadarius Toney because he's a Giant fan.
I'm just saying it's the gift that keeps on giving. I necessarily don't want him to fail, but yes, as we see the softness of he comes out of the woodworks every time the Giants lose, but then he just sort of disappears or finds up off.
I don't like the guy. I'm going to be point blank. I don't like the guy. I don't like how he handled himself. I don't like how he dissed the Giants. Hey, look, I rarely say if I don't like a guy or not, but I just don't like how he handled himself. And karma comes back to you.
Can I go back now?
Now, Vic, I'm not gonna let you do that to yourself, man. You're a classy dude. Don't worry about that cat.
Can I go now? Eric is gonna like this one. Victor, would we agree that you're a Mike Tomlin guy, right?
Yes, I am.
The other
Um,
two.
I'm gonna be gentle with this. Do you think that he might have a problem on his team with the way it seems that his wide receiver, and it always seems the wide receivers mutiny on that team? Why is that?
I don't know.
You had Antonio Brown went off the deep end.
Mhm.
You got Deion Johnson, the guy when they fumbled and the ball was right there. He sort of like watched the other dude pick it up and ran. And then you had this other one basically said, you know what? I ain't get rolled up on it. And he just George
I ain't
Pickens.
blocking nobody.
I ain't blocking nobody. That's exactly what he said. And you figure, now they're sitting there saying that the Steeler way is no longer the Steeler way of doing things because of these personalities on his team. That Tomlin has lost the team. What do you think about that?
I don't think. I think that. Okay. I don't know if I have the answer, but I'm going to give you my opinion. I don't think Tomlin has lost the team. I think Tomlin's still a great coach, right? What's his record right now? 7-7.
Yeah, he's close to the losing season.
He's close to losing season. That's fine. Close is only good in hand grenades and
Yeah, I
horseshoes.
know. I know. Hand grenades.
Hand grenades and horseshoes.
Oh,
So I don't want to hear anything about that. I still got nothing but respect for Tomlin. But remember, I did say that is it time? I don't want anything to happen, but is it time for him to step away? Right? Because just because you have winning seasons, Steeler fans want Super Bowls.
And they have one a long time.
They're 7-7, and they got 3 games left. Oof. And their 3 games, they got to play. They got to play. The Seahawks ain't so bad, but they got to play the Ravens, and they got to play the Bengals
again.
They got to play they got to play. They always play division teams pretty well, but they got to play the Seahawks, Bengals, and the Ravens, and that's tough.
No,
right?
The Bengals.
He's got to win. He's got to win 2 of those 3 to have a winning season.
I'm going to do one of your numbers. My question is.
Yes.
What would you do with these 2 knuckleheads on a team that basically are, doing their own thing? What would you do to them?
I'd bench them. Okay. I got nothing to lose. I'm a Hall of Fame coach. I bench them. You want to play? Then I'm gonna show you the steal away. Bye. Let me find somebody else to wants to play. You want to play football? Come on. There's already been shown this year guys coming off the practice squad and delivering results this year.
Fair.
Right? The practice squad is now 16, right, Brian, or is it 22? How much is the practice squad?
I think it might be 16 or something like that.
16. They've already shown that guys coming right off the practice squad starting delivering results from linemen to receivers to running backs, right? They even, I think a quarterback came on. So if it was
Danny DeVito.
Tommy DeVito. Tommy, not Danny.
Danny DeVito, Tommy DeVito, same thing.
Danny couldn't see over
every
the line.
Time.
Danny couldn't see over the line.
He couldn't either.
So if I was Tomlin and that guy, I'd bench him, I'd fine him and sit. I'd make you practice, I'd make you run, I'd make you do hills, I'd make you do every single thing that would put pain on your body and not play you, is what I would do.
He's still getting a check, right?
That's okay.
I was about to say that,
I can't stop
you. Can't do that now with the CBA they got. No.
You could find a guy. Sure you can.
Well, you can fine him. Doesn't mean it's going to hold up.
You can suspend him.
You can fine him. You can suspend him. You cannot play him. You could run him.
Running ain't going to work.
Why?
Because it's just not. They're professional athletes. They ain't. That's not going to work.
Dude, some of those guys, none of those guys could do the Jerry Rice practices.
They got to hit him in the pocket. That's the only way it's going to work with these guys.
I would bench him. Hit him in the pocket. That's what I would do. And I'd suspend him, bring somebody else up that wants to play.
Well, look what they did years ago to Keyshawn Johnson. What Gruden
They
did.
cut Keyshawn Johnson.
Oh no, they cut him. They sit there like they suspended him, and see you. No, but see you by. Then they cut him.
Yeah, they cut him. They eventually cut him from the Buccaneers, dude.
Yeah, but he was suspended first, and then they were like,
Right. So that's what I would do. That you asked me, that's what I do. And I am a Tomlin fan, and I do believe he's going to be a Hall Hall of Fame coach.
Really?
Yep. You
I
don't
think he's a
so?
Hall of Famer. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Here, Marty Schottenheimer, Marty Schottenheimer, or Mike Tomlin,
Mike Tomlin.
Tomlin.
because he won one Super Bowl.
He won one Super Bowl and it's never had a losing season.
Oh.
Till maybe this year. And I like Marty Schottenheimer, but I also lost a lot of games or money on Martin Schottenheimer when he was with Kansas City.
Possibly, of course.
Possible.
And San Diego too when he was there. Yeah.
And San Diego. Exactly.
Yeah, he should have won there 14-2. Yeah, they definitely should have won
the
that.
The guy has the ability to take a team deep, good offense, take him to the playoff. He cannot win when it counts.
There's a lot of coaches
with
like that.
Two teams.
Oh, I think it was with Cleveland too.
And they put up big numbers. It wasn't like teams that just barely made it. He put up big numbers, those teams.
Well, he had LT with the Chargers, so that helped too.
He had LT, he had Phillips, he had
Antonio Gates.
He was stacked.
I know.
He was stacked, bro. So don't tell me Tomlin made it with a fourth string quarterback.
And then the last thing about our guy Brandon Staley finally getting fired.
Oh, that's right. That's on my notes. Hold on, I forgot about that. The show ain't over.
I was disappointed we hadn't yet talked about Brandon Staley.
Act 2, Staley. I told you 2 years ago, Eric, I told them they should have been fired. I should have been fired at halftime. I said it. I'm on tape. He should have been fired. Now, I hate for a man to lose his job. Don't get me wrong, but these guys make millions of dollars. They get fired. They still get paid. It's not like I want a regular person getting fired and they don't have a job for the holidays. You understand? He's getting fired and he's still getting a check for millions of dollars. You know what I mean? So it's
not as much as Jimbo Fisher.
Don't get me started with that one either. I can't stand. That's another guy I don't like, Jimbo Fisher. Remember that name, little Eric? No, Jimbo Fisher. Bad Jimbo Fisher.
Hater, stop hating.
This is a beamer.
Hater, come on, please, Byron. Tell me you wouldn't want to get fired and get $75 million. But he's getting $60,000 a day.
Or something crazy amount, yeah. I would sit home.
Eric, imagine being fired and staying home with little Eric and getting paid $60,000 a day.
I'm fine with that. When they hire, I'm ready.
Wait, no. When are they hiring? And when
they hire and when they go fire me, I'm ready.
Listen, at least Jimbo had somewhat of a track record. Ed Ogeron had that 1 year, and that man went off with $70 million from LSU.
Yeah, he got crazy about too.
Yeah, but my disdain for Jimbo is because of Florida State.
Yeah. Hater,
man. You can't fight Texas oil money. You can't.
No, you can't beat that.
What does that mean?
Because they got boosters are oil people. They have very deep pockets, which is why they fired Jimbo Fisher after they gave him that ridiculous amount.
I understand that, and in hindsight, I get it. But he was groomed for a position that was led by a legendary coach that was there forever, and they were with the hopes that he would be there for the same. To me, the Florida State job, Bobby Bowden, in my opinion, probably had one of the greatest jobs ever. Okay, got paid millions of dollars to live in a city that is built around the college. It's a pure college town. It's an inexpensive college town. So what he can get for his money, he's just must have something magnanimous. Right. Okay. Do you understand at one time the University of Florida, Miami complained that Bowden used the Florida government jet only more times than anybody, second to the lieutenant governor. So they were like, he's got a recruiting advantage. He's got a jet that he's going to recruit.
I call that a boss, but that sounds like something Dion would do.
I don't know.
I think
Nick Saban's been doing it for years.
Nick Saban's been doing what?
Private jet. for years.
Private jet for years. He was using Florida, the state of Florida's jet.
It's a state school. What do you expect, man? Come on, it's a state school.
I'm just saying. So I'm saying that's a great job to have had. And Jimbo Fisher could have
And now the
made that
game is
team.
passing the ACC by. That's why the FSU is trying to get out of that conference.
FSU wants to get out of the conference. Yep. Where are
You
they
see
going to
what
go?
happens,
Please, where they go? Don't go to the SEC.
SEC like everybody else.
It's going to be one division.
One big giant division. Everybody fighting each other.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I
We
think
have to stop looking at college football the way it's been for literally almost its entire existence. It's becoming the NFL, but in college. Because now we're going to have Ohio State and Oregon playing every year. Stop mentioning Rutgers. Let's talk about the ones that are actually good. We're going to have marquee games every year that we wouldn't see on
You
the
sound like Chip Kelly.
Hey,
Chip Kelly
but-
said
but-
the same thing.
But you know it's going to cost. It would cost Florida State $150 million to get out of the conference.
I'm sure they got it.
right now. Yeah.
They'll raise your taxes. You'll be all right.
Dude, they just got a couple recruits from Georgia through the portal. A lot of people are leaving Georgia. I heard. Who's the coach of Georgia?
Kirby
Smart.
Kirby.
I heard he's leaving too.
Where's he going?
I heard he's going to the NFL. Word.
Nah.
Let
me think about
He
this.
the coach of the Giants.
I'm just telling you what I heard.
Come home, Kirby.
Probably the Jets.
Think about this. Why would you leave a job that he's probably one of the highest, if not highest paid coaches in college football? Why would you leave Georgia to take some crappy job in the NFL? Why would you do that?
Because you can always go back to college.
Yeah, and he came right back.
Look at Nick Saban. Look what happened.
Yeah,
had a successful career at LSU. Tried Miami, didn't work. Went to Alabama.
There you go.
That is a resume getter.
The Kirby Smart is not leaving Georgia.
I wouldn't, because he's got that program. He's got that program where Saban had Alabama.
No, had or has?
Had. Okay, Nick Saban. Okay,
had?
here's the order. Nick Saban is the highest. He pays $11.4 million. Dabo Sweeney, 10.9. Kirby Smart, 10.7. Ryan Day to Ohio State.
He out of there.
Speaking of someone who's
Mel Tucker, Michigan State, 10 million. Lincoln Riley, USC, 10 million. Brian Kelly, LSU, 9.9. Jimbo Fisher, 9.1 million, but right now he's getting 75 million.
I think Mel Tucker got fired at Michigan
Just
State.
named 3 coaches who got fired.
Falsely accused.
Chip Kelly's gone.
Who's gone? Brian
Mel
Kelly?
Tucker. No, Mel Tucker.
And Mel Tucker. Well, both of them.
He got accused, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. There you go.
Of
some misconduct of sorts.
On the phone.
Yeah, but she lied about the whole thing, though.
All right. Well, let's leave that all the thing. But that's what I hear. A lot. Miami got a Georgia player, so a lot of players are leaving. It's either one of two things: either Kirby is leaving and they're leaving, or they have so much talent that they're saying, you know what, I'm not going to play. Let me go somewhere else where I can play.
No, I'm pulling
NIL did that.
That's it. Like, the transfer portal got massive. Thousands of guys left. Kyle McCord, remember the guys from Ohio State? They went 11-1. He left. Why? Because he knows he's going to get a better NIL deal. Where'd he go?
Tell me, okay, help
Coach
me out.
Prime got a big offensive line too.
Help our listeners out. Shed some light.
NIL.
Why will a player get more NIL money if they leave to another school?
Because they probably didn't have an NIL deal, or not as good of one at the current moment, so they're shopping themselves around like a free agent.
Yeah.
So why can't they get it at the school that they're at?
Because the school probably doesn't have that kind of money.
Else.
Dude, you have.
I'm confused. The NIL money comes from the school?
No, it comes from a collective, but they unofficially work. They work together. They just legally do not, because that's not how it's supposed to work. But it does. It's college football. Of course,
give me an example. There's a pool of money and they give it divided.
Phil Knight of Nike is basically the NIL for Oregon. Phil Knight's not negotiating contracts for how much Kyle McCord's going to get at Oregon. But I don't know who the coach is right now at Oregon. But he will unofficially kind of work out the deal of how much he will get if he commits to Oregon. For
Yeah,
you
example,
got-
that's college
You have
football.
the University of Utah. They just had that on the whole team. All 85 of them got brand new Dodge Rams. The whole team. Everybody got one.
That's what we doing now.
Wait a
Yeah,
second.
That's what we doing.
Listen,
Wait,
just
Oh,
saying,
my
time out,
God.
Byron.
Table.
Byron, hold on. I'm a little slow right now. And
That's what we doing.
I want to go in the time machine, go back and play. I think
Oh
you
my
do too.
goodness.
Okay, wait a second. You're saying that everybody in the team through NIL got a Dodge Ram.
Yes. Brand new. 2023 or 24. Yes.
So how do they work?
Yo, that's a recruit. Yo, that's I'm going there.
How do you work that through an NIL deal?
Oh my God.
Because you're paying for the name, image, and likeness of the player
Ooh.
by giving
So-
them a car.
Right.
Right.
So
So,
now
the fact that their
so-
name, image, and likeness is driving
Is
the
on this
Dodge
car.
Ram
Yep.
Yes.
is associated with the car, so therefore I can give this to you.
Yes.
There you go.
Well,
And look at Arch
We're
Manning.
just a
at
step away
Texas,
from
the
paying
second-
them. We're getting
the,
there.
You said a
Arch
step
Manning-
away from where?
From
Damn.
paying them.
Arch
Like,
Manning.
officially.
Arch Manning of Texas, Eli's nephew, $3.2 million, and he's the third string quarterback.
Off his
At
name,
Texas.
though. Off his name.
Kid from
3.2.
Miami,
No,
the
they say he's
quarterback got
pretty
$9
good.
million just to commit to Miami.
Who?
Who?
I don't even know the kid's name. He was a
That-
five-star
Oh, that
quarterback.
one kid got $9 million.
$9 million.
9 million.
There's got to be monopoly money. Are y'all serious?
No, yeah.
9 million.
Yo, half of these
Eric-
kids, they're not going to class. Are you kidding me?
Eric, do you know how much money college football generates? You're talking billions. The SEC is the richest conference in the country.
Let me
Big
ask you a
attention.
question. If you got a
Big attention.
contract like that back in your day when you were playing, would you go to class?
Yeah, I would go because I want to keep
how
getting
long
that
they
money,
gonna
but still
keep
be
you
out
in
of class.
Yeah,
How long they gonna keep you at the school?
I wouldn't go to class. I
I'm
mean,
going to
So
class.
you gonna do all 4 years?
all 4
Is
years.
it
Get that money,
guaranteed?
I'm doing all 4 years.
if I
It
can
was
get
David
9 million a
Rashada.
year for 4 years, I'm getting that money because I don't know how long my NFL career could
So-
take. You could be a Brian Bosworth and not make it right off
Yep.
the bat. You could be a Ryan Leaf and be a bust, number
Do
one
you
pick.
even go to the NFL after that? What's the enticement to go to the NFL if you make it
Because you ain't gonna get 9 million anymore. You're not gonna get any NIL money. That's the problem. What they're saying right now is, which is you understand
put
how
them in a crazy
you know
tax.
how, you understand how who cares? You're like the guy that wins the lottery, wins 400 million. Oh my God, but you got to pay 200 million in taxes. Really? Who cares?
Okay. So you still sitting
on
on the
Taxes.
street corner with
Who gives
me.
a crap? Give me
Hey,
the
what bus was that?
Come to Valuable Assets TV. By the way, I do want to bring up something that's real from insurance perspective and stuff. But the reason, one of the concerns, you got to agree that over history, athletes have been taken advantage of with money, right? And these are guys that are 23, 22, some of them later in their years.
Younger.
Right now, the concern is, what is an 18-year-old who's going to help him with $9 million, right? And then remember, some of these kids are coming from rough areas. You don't think all their boys and everybody's coming to them with handouts and they feel bad. These kids got to be protected. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because they got to be protected because if they don't do good education, financial education, if they're not making sure they are with great advisors, someone is looking out for these kids, if they're not teaching them financial education in these schools, I'm concerned for those young kids because it's already proven that professional athletes are taken
all the time.
I mean, Bernie Madoff, he took the owner of the Mets money. $400 million.
The 30 for 30s broke were very good. I think there was 2 of them actually, if I remember.
Was that?
ESPN did some documentaries, and amongst them they did Broke. I remember Andre Reed
a bunch.
or no, I forget who was
Andre
the
Ware.
Rising. Andre
Rising,
Rising.
thank
Andre Rison. Mhm.
Bad Moon Rising.
Him amongst
Yep.
many others, like talking about like how all of a sudden people out of the woodworks are like, hey, remember me?
Yeah, and that's imagine a kid at 18, right?
with more
So
money.
yeah, I mean, I just think hey, listen, I like to give a little shout out to the family of this actor I really like. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Brian Andre Brauger. Do you know who he is? I'm going to show you right now. He died at 61 years old. And then there's something I want to bring up to our listeners. Share screen. Boom. Boom. Can you see my screen, guys?
Oh, this guy.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, 61 years old. I liked him. He was in
Lot of stuff.
that movie Glory,
Yeah,
right? With
Glory.
Denzel
Sure enough.
Washington. He was in let me see, I got some more pictures.
Oh.
Here's him.
Homicide, Baltimore.
He was on Brooklyn 999. He was in Hanamai. Man, he was a great actor. He was only 61 years old. Prayers to his family and to everyone else. That's one thing I want to bring up. The second thing I want to bring up that I didn't know, obviously you guys know I own, my insurance brokerage, and it's on life insurance and all types of asset management and so forth. And I'm only saying this because one, I truly believe on making sure that those of us that didn't come from much start leaving more to our families for the future, start leaving, legacy, whatever we can, right? So statistically, I just want you to know, I didn't know that until I read today, that African American men have the highest rate of dying from lung cancer than anybody else. So please, if you know anyone that smokes, tell them to stop. Statistically, they say that African Americans don't stop smoking more than non-African Americans, and they have a 1 in 16 chance of dying of lung cancer. That's serious. I'm not a smoker. I like cigars. That's it. I don't like cigarettes. I don't like those vapes. That's why I like those kids staying away from those vapes. But I like God, rest in peace, Andre, that actor that I liked a lot. And two, I wanted to bring awareness to lung cancer in the African American community. Byron, I don't know if you knew that. Eric, I don't know if you knew that. But I hate seeing anybody smoking. I hate those vapes. Those vapes to me are the camels of when we grew up, Byron.
Yep.
Right? It's like, getting it to kids and stuff. And, smoking, they've already shown will cause cancer. Make sure anyone give them that statistic. So I don't know if you're aware of that, but please, protect our families, leave a legacy, and get insured. See if you qualify. Make sure you're insured. That's the easiest tax-free way to be able to pass on something to your family. And the younger you are, the better you are. Just keep that in mind. If you want any advice, I give free advice. I have free information. I'm not selling. I just want to inform. I'm just telling you that right now. But it broke my heart seeing that actor. I liked him a lot. And it broke my heart listening to that statistic, because I do have friends that smoke, and, I don't like seeing them smoke. So that's the deal. So God rest in peace and so forth, and go from there. Again, thank you, Eric and Eric Jr., for joining our show in Philadelphia. We wish you the best of luck in the next 3 games. You should take them. I'm picking you to take them. So you should take them. Do not give Dallas home field advantage. Alex, stay warm. Alex is, by the way, Eric, I don't know if you've met Alex before. He's up in Maine. He's in Maine, and he's a Giant fan. So he's like at 20 degrees with raining weather. So God bless you and your family. Please take that Red Sox sticker off the next time you come on my show, because I'm a big Yankee. I'm a Yankee
I'll make sure
fan.
to keep it on the Super Bowl 21.
Yeah, that's good. I'm a Yankee fan. I don't like that Red Sox. Byron, you and your family, I want everybody wish everybody a happy, Merry Christmas. Eric, enjoy this time. I see you have 2 little ones. It is the greatest time for kids. You know what I mean? Santa Claus is coming to town. He's coming to Philly, and
Don't throw snowballs at him.
Careful.
No snowball. No snowball.
Santa Claus is coming to town to Philly, so enjoy yourself with the kids. I used to love when my son would come up, and yell in Spanish, Santa, 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 Santa Claus. Just the greatest. Enjoy every moment you can, Eric, you and your wife, okay?
Thank you.
And God bless you all. Don't forget, every Thursday, 8 p.m., Jersey Boys Sports Talk, 8 p.m. We will be on again next week, right, Byron? Right? Because we're not right into the holiday, so we should be fine. Yeah. And then we'll see what happens, what we got to talk about. But blessings to the families. Like I said, everybody stay safe. By the way, Byron, I lost another college mate. I don't know if Vonda told you. 59 years old. I'm telling you, we're at an age that, you gotta protect your families. You gotta protect your families and talk to people that really know what they're talking about, because insurance gets a bad name. And I am telling you what I've learned over I've been in insurance for over 30 plus years, but in life insurance for the last 5, and it's a game changer. I got everything I have. So in my own, so there's more to talk about. But Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yep.
Have a safe, please safe in your travels. Because I know most of you are driving in that, slippery weather. It's other than rain over here. By the way, our boat parade got canceled Saturday, Byron. That's how bad the rain was. Man. I was invited to a Christmas party to watch a boat parade right on the water. We ended up not going.
Boats on the water. Oh, great.
Keeping you in my thoughts during this difficult time.
I got to put my hoodie on, man.
It's like 50 degrees.
No, it's 65. It's chilly.
Ooh, oh my God, you're freezing.
It's so chilly. It's a chilly 65.
Yeah, okay, chilly.
All right. So listen, hey, God bless you all. Hey, come to my site. Hey, how old is your son, Eric?
My son, 6 years old.
He's 6 years old.
And
all right, good.
This one is not my son. We helped with the adoption, so he's only a month old.
Oh,
so
God bless.
He recently got adopted. So
trying to do our part.
Go to the link on our website and hit on GravyStack for your son. It's a good financial thing for you. Came.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely gonna jump on
that. It's all about education, bro.
Hey,
No, I got
what
you.
Are you educating on? Police, or the military? Tell me the 3 things you're going to educate.
Who, me? Yeah, police and military.
Exactly. I'm educated on financial security, legacy money. Okay, don't pay taxes. You want me? I can keep going and going and going.
My other half is an expert at that, so that's
okay, perfect. Perfect. But for those that aren't as fortunate as you, I want, my goal is to help as many people as I possibly can, especially young kids. So it's a app. It's a free app on the game. You can play with it, this and that. I'll teach him how to save, spend, and everything. 6 years old, takes him a little bit of time. By the time he's 18, he may be a Warren Buffett.
I like that.
Spend.
No, save, invest, then spend.
Spend it.
Save, invest, spend, and share.
Well, when you're retired like me, you spend it.
When you retired like you spend it.
Spend it.
Spend it like it's gonna rot.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right. Well, let me know next time you go to AC, because I'm going on you then.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll take you to the blackjack table, show you how to play.
I don't know nothing about that, man.
Oh, this is my game. All right. God bless, guys. Good night. Talk to you soon. Jersey Boys Sports Talk. And looking forward to this weekend. Good night. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Bye.